Docker originated on Linux, and while most container deployments use that OS, there are times when requirements dictate using Docker on Windows. Enterprises that want to modernize their legacy Windows applications and run them in containers will need to use Docker on Windows. When you understand how it all works, running Docker on Windows is no more complex than running Docker on Linux. The core application has the same commands and switches, but there are nuances in management. This tutorial will highlight the differences between Docker on Windows and Linux, and show how to run and maintain a Docker container on Windows Server. Why use Docker containers on Windows Server? Docker started on Linux because the project developers used that platform. They found it beneficial to use Linux's native functionality to segment and protect the containers from each other and the OS. However, sometimes containers need to run on Windows. This often occurs when the application needs to use Windows-only technologies such as ASP.NET or Windows Management Instrumentation. Many major applications that were written in ASP.NET are still in use. Containerization offers a way to manage these ASP.NET programs in a controlled environment. Every container deployed will be identical. An organization can have the ideal situation by deploying known good containers that are not subject to unexpected changes and updates. There are many benefits to using Docker on Windows. Windows containers are lightweight packages with only the necessary services and application code to shorten deployments from hours to seconds. Updates are streamlined into the container image. If a container image is bad, it does not take long to revert to the previous image. The speed and convenience of containers are not possible with VMs. It's all about providing a service rather than the VM. How do Docker containers work on Windows? Docker's tight integration with Linux meant that the system resources and APIs that a Windows container would expect don't exist. Microsoft had to devise a way to run Docker on Windows Server to handle the cornerstone technologies of several Microsoft products, such as Internet Information Services, IIS, and Active Server Pages, ASP. For container base images are available to run Docker on Windows, Nano Core, Server Core, Windows, and Windows Server. The Docker Hub repository holds Microsoft's official Windows-based Docker images at this link. These images have no GUI and have varying Windows API sets. The lightest is Nano Server, which is suited for application developers. Server Core is the next largest and suited for Windows Server apps. Windows is the largest and has complete Windows API support. The Windows Server base image also has full Windows API support and is suited for workloads that need server features. This link provides more details on the specifics of each image and which might be a better fit for a particular situation.